In Chapter 18, we're going to begin to prepare for planning a personal fitness program. By the end of Lesson 18.1, you will be able to explain how to use a fitness profile to plan a personal fitness program and describe the 5 steps in planning a personal fitness program. In the preceding chapters, you learned about the many activities that can be used as part of a personal activity program and about which of these types of activities is most appropriate for building each part of health-related physical fitness. You will have the opportunity to use this information as you go through the 5 steps in planning your personal physical activity program. Collecting information, considering a variety of activities, setting goals, structuring your program plan and writing it down, and evaluating your program after you have tried it. Collecting information is the first step toward making good decisions and preparing a good personal program plan. Construct a fitness profile and activity profile to help you determine your needs and interests. A fitness profile is a brief summary of the results of your fitness self-assessments. A health-related fitness profile is useful in program planning because it helps you determine the areas in which you need improvement. Then, construct a physical activity profile. You can use the physical activity pyramid to assess your current physical activity levels. When you plan your program, you can choose from the many activities in the physical activity pyramid. Consider the lifestyle activities described in Chapter 6, the active aerobic and active recreation activities described in Chapter 8, the active sports described in Chapter 9, flexibility exercises from Chapter 10, and the muscle fitness exercises in Chapter 11 and 12. Setting goals can help you build a fitness and physical activity program that will meet your personal needs. First, consider the reasons for doing your program. Are you primarily interested in fitness and physical activity for health and wellness? Or are you interested in building a higher level of fitness necessary for playing a sport? Next, consider your fitness and activity profiles. If you are low in one part of your physical fitness, you may want to work on it. Set goals for new activities established in Step 2. When setting your goals, follow these guidelines. Be realistic. Set goals you know you can attain. People who set goals that are too hard doom themselves to failure before they begin. Be specific. Vague or very general goals are hard to accomplish. And personalize them. A goal that is realistic for one person may be unrealistic for another. Base your goals on your own individual needs and abilities. If you are a beginner, focus on short-term activity goals rather than fitness goals. This approach is realistic for someone just beginning a physical activity routine, and it can help you be successful and avoid injury. If you are an intermediate or advanced exerciser, you can use both fitness and physical activity goals. Consider setting short and long-term goals for both fitness and physical activity. When planning, use information from steps 1, 2, and 3 to structure your program. When you established your goals, you decided how many days a week to do each type of physical activity. Next, you need to decide which days you will exercise. Pick the days of the week that make exercise easiest and most convenient. Remember that exercise for some parts of fitness, such as strength, should not be done every day. Some people rotate the parts of fitness they work on each day. The best time of the day for you to exercise is when you most enjoy exercising, a time when you are not likely to be interrupted. Keep in mind that you might complete different activities at different times. After you have tried your program for some time, depending on your goals, evaluate it. Go through the first 5 steps to revise your program. In Lesson 18.2, we're going to look at staying fit and active. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to describe the 5 stages of physical activity and identify the strategies that help people become active and stay active at each of these stages. Think about the people you know, both young and old. Some of them are probably very active, some less active, and others not active at all. In this lesson, you will learn about the activity levels of different groups of people and how to develop some characteristics that help people to stay active throughout life. You may want to use the information in this lesson to help yourself or to help a friend or family member. In Chapter 5, you learn that not all people are equally active, and you learned about the 5 stages of physical activity. We know several things about the different stages of physical activity. People move up and down from one stage to another. For example, we know that people who were athletes in school do not necessarily stay active throughout life. Each could even become a couch potato. Some people who were inactive as children became active later in life. We also know that the strategies that are useful for people at one stage are not equally useful for those at other stages. People who do no regular physical activity from any of the first 3 levels of the physical activity pyramid are considered to be sedentary. As the top level of the pyramid indicates, total inactivity or sedentary living should be avoided because it increases risk of disease. People who are sedentary are difficult to change because they are not even considering being active. Some strategies to help couch potatoes are increasing their knowledge by providing information about the health benefits of physical activity, increasing their beliefs, having them believe the facts of physical activity is as important as knowing them, and attitudes, being able to change the negative attitudes about physical activity to more positive ones. People who are thinking about becoming active have started thinking for a reason. Like couch potatoes, they benefit from knowledge, beliefs, and positive attitudes. They probably have gained some knowledge and believe that becoming active will help them in some way. They may also have eliminated some of their negative attitudes and developed some positive ones. Some strategies that are especially useful for people at stage 2 are enjoyment. Finding an activity that is fun is very important. Learning the skills of the activities. Activities are much more enjoyable if they develop the skills needed for it. And people who have good self-perceptions are happy with who they are. This can be helpful for any person thinking about becoming active. People at the planning stage have taken some action. They may actually have started doing some activity, but it's probably quite irregular. People at this level can benefit from the same strategies as those for stages 1 and 2, but they are especially likely to benefit from the planning strategies outlined here. Self-assessment, goal setting, program planning, self-monitoring, and finding success. In stage 4, these are people that are sometimes active, and they're more frequently active than those at stage 3. They may be very irregular in their activity patterns. So all the strategies for stage 3 will be useful at this level. Self-monitoring is especially important for sticking with the plan. Other strategies that are important for people at this level are overcoming barriers, time management, and social support to prevent relapse. People who are active for life are very regular with their exercise. They can benefit from all of the strategies described in the previous 4 stages. They are less likely to need formal exercise plans. Many do use regular self-assessments to evaluate progress and keep activity logs. People at this stage have developed positive self-perceptions and self-confidence and have good performance skills in the activities that they perform regularly. They typically have social support, know how to find the time for exercise, and have developed self-motivation.